And this is an interview with Doug Malone for County Commission. And number one, Mr. Malone, what has made you want to run for this office this time?
Well, I'd like to, I'm running on my record of 8 years as county commissioner and running on plans I have for the future of our county. And one of the things I'd like to do is add on to our 141 St. Mary's facility. We worked 7.5 years to get that facility in, and I'm glad that we could do that. And as my flyer says, the COO from St. Mary's come up to me the day we had our grand opening. It was about 5 months after, it was in May after I was out of office. Said I wish she was cutting the ribbon on this building facility, and I said I do too, but I'm just glad we have the facility. He stated, he said it hadn't been for you another person this wouldn't happen, but I think it's just our belief that it would happen through those 8 years, because we come through the, I guess you call it the Great Recession and everything else. When right after that we got started on our building, so we took a $2 million loan out. The commissioners did to get it started, and before the loan was due, they had taken care of that loan for us, building the building. But that's one of the things I'd like to get done, and see if we couldn't get something done for a jail. That would be a good thing also, too.
Okay.
And give a little stability back to the commission. When I came in, they were arguing all the time, and after I got in, one person raised their voice, and I told them in the room adjacent after the meeting and said, "You can raise your voice all you want to, but we're not going to do that while I'm here. I'm not going to answer you back." So we never had an argument after that, in public.
All right. What in your background, education, or any particular characteristics that you think make you qualified for this?
Well, I grew up in a union home, and my dad worked at a plant, my brother worked at a plant. I went to work right the next day out of school at that plant, but also I know what it is to lose your job. At the Dayton Mile, I lost it. The Coke plant went down also. But I served as 4 years as a Perry Township clerk and fiscal officer, they call it now. And then I served for 11 years as a trustee, 8 years as commissioner. So I've got 23 years experience that I think should help solidify the commissioner's office once again.
All right. Besides what you just talked about, if you were elected, what are the top 2 or 3 things you want to accomplish besides the hotel or the hospital?
Well, I think your main thing would be the jail, getting a jail finally built, but they're going to have money to do that on. And, had I been in office when they got their casino money, I would earmark part of, not all that money, for the jail. And I think the jail needs to stay pretty close to the courthouse where it's at right now. I would do that. But first you got to get all these different things from the Department of Development and the rehabilitation departments and all that. You got to get how big a jail you need. You can't build a jail for what we've got right now. You got to build a jail for expansion. Same way we built the sewer plant in the Eastern Rome sewer system. We built it for expansion. That's the way they can reduce their prices on their monthly fees and everything. But I would do that, and I'd earmark that money. That way you're building with a little bit of strength when you're talking to the state about getting in loans, and hopefully they'll get some grants out to help you build a building, for it. But I would keep it there. And 4 years ago I was in a debate, and I came up with the idea to use that facility down there at Haverhill. But the idea was to take 4 other counties with you. Because without any extra cash flow coming in, there's no way we could afford to do it. So they did that for, they did the committee to do that, but they was only going to do our county down there. And our county did not have the cash flow to come in, and I believe our commissioner knew that all along, that there was not cash flow to do it, but they voted to go down there, and you just can't afford to do it. And plus, the idea was to keep the old jail open for the short-term people going to the courts and all that, and have 4 other counties with you down at Haverhill until you got time to build a jail. Now I don't know if that's a feasible idea, because the state may not negotiate with us anymore after they negotiated in good faith with us, and we didn't take it.
Do you think you can work with your fellow commissioners?
I can work with anyone. I can work with anyone. I worked good with a majority. At the time I went in, we had the majority of two out of three, and the 2 years I worked where I wasn't in the majority, we worked good. When we wasn't in the majority, we cleared off the property for the motel and the restaurant. We got all that done. We put the group home out on 93 and moved the county garage to the state garage. So we got that done and paved the way for the motel and the restaurant.
And lastly, why should I vote for you?
Well, because there again, I've got more experience than anybody running right now, including the ones that are in office. As my flyer states, I've been able to get the St. Mary's facility, and I helped get it in, the St. Mary's facility. I was a Perry Township trustee when we signed off on the enterprise zone and empowerment zone to make the industrial park a viable thing, to make it happen. Mm-hmm. As commissioner, I helped get the foreign trade zone designation and the Lawrence County Port Authority. Dr. Diggins and I went to Columbus to talk to the Lawrence County Port Authority. And I got back, we talked with the commissioners and the other two commissioners, and we created the Lawrence County Port Authority. So I've done quite a bit. We own our solid waste district. We're the ones that put the plan together and the financing of the solid waste district that worked so good to clean up the county. In the county, I was on a county road just the other day where they were burning tires, and another place is Township Road, I'm sorry. But they're still burning, they're still dumping, they're still burning, but people are going to jail for that. And we created that Lawrence County Port Authority. So there's a lot of things that I've done in the past that I guess I didn't toot my horn a lot, but I think things happen for a reason. And I'm running in a primary against 3 people that's never been in office. You know, so I think I'm by far the best candidate there for the people, because it's hard to come in and have to learn over a 2 or 3 year period, you know, to be a county commissioner, what you got to do for county commissioner. I think I'm the only county commissioner. I served 8 years, but I was on for most of those years I was on 3 committees in Ohio in the state government representing Lawrence County. And when the Human Services had their big thing in 2008 where they lost a lot of money and everything, we were projected to lay off 30 people. But I took the president of the union with me to those meetings on the Department of Human Services board that I was on. And when we negotiated, we kept all but 6 people, because they took a 10% cut in pay. They took a 9-day pay every 2 weeks instead of a 10-day pay. So that's very crucial. We kept 24 people working. That also let you have the services to the people. You know, so I've done a lot of things like that. I know I'm forgetting a few things, but I know this is a short interview. But I think I'm by far, I mean, you've got one person that's helped Arlington a little bit in Arlington Alive and things, and he's a good guy. I graduated, I went to school with his parents. The other one running that's from our area is, he's a business owner and stuff like that, and he's a good person too. But I think I'm probably, I don't know, and the other person that's from Proctorville area, he ran for commissioner 8 years ago. But when he votes his primary, it'll be the first time he's voted in 8 years. So I think, you know, I'm just telling it like it is, you know what I mean? I think I'm the best person for the job.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.